Hey, it's Kerry Blumenfeld, Method Real Estate Advisors. I wanted to talk today about the closing. This is the culmination. This is what we've all been waiting for. We've worked tirelessly, hours, days, weeks, sometimes months, sometimes years to finally get to this point. What does the closing look like? Well, in Georgia, a real estate closing is done by a closing attorney. They typically will hold all of the money in escrow. They will distribute all of the funds. They'll pay off loans. They will pay off contractors if needed. They will pay off any type of liens like water bills that have been unpaid, HOA bills that have been unpaid. And essentially, they are in charge of ensuring that the property and the transaction goes smoothly. They coordinate with the lenders, they coordinate with insurance, uh, everything like that. So typically, what's going to happen is the buyer and the seller will be at closing in the same room. If it has been a very tense transaction, and you know that it probably would not be a good idea for the buyer and seller to be in the same room, contact the attorney and request a separate closing. Or you can even request for your buyer or seller to sign at a different time. But it's extremely important that you let the attorney know as soon as possible so they can plan accordingly. So once you get in there, everyone's going to sit down all together, and the attorney will give everyone the ALTA statement or the settlement statement. This shows the buyer side and the seller side of the transaction. They walk everyone through it, each side, and then everyone agrees, make sure that it looks good. If you're the agent on the deal, either side, make sure you check your commission spot. It'll be listed under the brokerage. Make sure that number's correct. Also, in preparation of closing, make sure to discuss with your clients wiring funds to the attorney for closing, or if they want a wire or a check if they're on the seller side. After you discuss the settlement statements, the attorney will come in with all the loan documents and start going through everything and explaining everything to your buyers. And they'll sign. Typically takes 30 minutes, hour and a half. Just depends how large the loan package is. Also, and this is very important to note, some lenders make the attorney provide all of those signed documents first. So you'll sit there, your buyer will sign everything, the attorney will go scan everything in, the lender will take a look at everything, and then they will release the funds. Sometimes this can take a while. I've been in a number of closings and it's taken 2-3 hours. So that can possibly happen. What you want to make sure you do is keep a clear line of communication with the lender to understand what's going on so that you can convey to your buyer what's going on. Sometimes, if they know the funds are coming, sometimes this happens rarely, the attorney will close an escrow, meaning everything's basically done. They're just waiting for the final funding. They allow everyone to go on their separate ways, and then they'll distribute the funds later that day or maybe the next day. So keep that in mind as well. But just be prepared. It's typically a really good time. It's fun. Bring some snacks. It's a great time to give your buyer or seller gifts, and make sure you take that closing day photo. Those are the best.